Welcome back. It's Realdamstudio number 14. Now, let's see how to start this. Have you listened to some of my videos? If you are, you're like one of the 6 people. But thank you. You may have noticed, though, occasional coughing in the videos. That has slipped through. Happens sometimes when I find myself pushing myself a little bit. It's like my first sign that I know my heart's getting a little tired is I'll start coughing a lot here and there. Well, I didn't realize it gotten in there, and I try to do my tapes like my old show used to be live. I try to do as little editing as possible. There's little things here and there that like I'll screw up while doing it, and I'll make a noise so I can find it. But the coughs sometimes don't stand out as much as I thought. So they made it in there. But they did also express another problem I was having. Within this last month, if winter weight loss wasn't hard enough to deal with, I started gaining weight. I actually got down for a while, down to 292. And it wasn't quite the end of the month, so I didn't weigh myself in, because that's what I've been doing. Well, I weigh in daily, but for this show, well, at the end of the month, I do a weigh-in. And it was up to 305. Next thing I knew. And I was my back was getting sore. And that was a lot of the signs, I was told to look out for. I've been taking extra water pills, my furosemide, a couple extra here and there. But it still wasn't helping any. And I was getting that where you push your finger against the bone on the shin. And the print stays there for a while when you let go, which shows that there's a lot of extra water in your system. So, it was about time anyways, and I had to meet my new electrophysiologist for my pacemaker. Went in there, met him. The word AFib came up. Apparently I was drifting in and out of it. AFib was the thing that always it came up, I had to go back into the hospital. Usually you get cardioverted, which is where they shoot electricity through your heart and tell it, hey, straighten up and work right or else. It straightens out the heartbeat for some reason. And to me it sounds like punishment. Do what we said or else. But I went in, they sat there and fiddled, in the doctor's own words. Sat down with the machine next to me so he can adjust my pacemaker through remote control. And he's just doing little adjustments and little settings to try to find a way to counteract its problems. They did a bunch of stuff, set up a couple days where my phone one would download specific checks in the next few days, and then 2 weeks later I had to come in again so we could see how those changes had worked, fiddle some more, get EKG, get all that stuff. And he was going to gather it all and take it to a big meeting going on in Spokane. But he kind of got it under control, made some adjustments on medications. Some of the medications were having problems with my, again, putting on weight. So they did a little more adjustment. Finally kind of dialed in. So I'm finally getting things rolling all right. And then a certain family member of mine calls because, well, not that we were fighting. I got tired of putting energy into, what was wrong? I was trying to change someone. There's someone I cared about, but I didn't like who they were. I haven't liked it for a long time. But I feel the whole time they were also trying to change me to the way they believed was right. Well, it wasn't going to happen because it wasn't right. Progression and moving forward and learning and growing. Education being the number one thing and not putting it down as why did you waste your time doing that? Things that it's just, well, it was a big issue and exploded again. And they didn't get me to respond the way they wanted. So they exploded again. Some things were exchanged. I have this weird thing where sometimes I'll talk exactly by what I mean. Definitions in Webster's. And everyone else around me sees it or thinks it means something different. I don't understand that. But I can't deal with that always. Because I do have to worry about my heart. Since then, I'm starting to get a little more control. Right now at this time, I'm at 305 again because I'd actually swelled a little more. Beyond that, when I was checking with doctors, I got tired of this swelling because I could see it, I could feel it, and I didn't want to weigh in because it was just more depressing for a few days there. At the doctors, I got in around 307. So I've gotten back to 305. I'm trying to get back down. That's why usually I don't talk about my weight this early in it. We do the weigh-in at the end and show you how I did. This time it was an important issue to tell you the reason it led to most of my discussion this time. But we're doing better. Got things adjusted on it. Increased the pacing. So my heart was allowed to do less on its own because it wasn't doing it right. Increase some of the medications to get me some of the nutrients I need. So I think all in all, I'm doing all right. But my weight jumped around, and sometimes you have to look at the details and see why. It's not always because you slipped up on the weight loss. You have problems. That can be a sign of other things. So, wasn't the greatest show this time because I didn't lose weight, I gained weight. But we'll get it all straightened out sooner or later. And I am losing weight again. And it'll be lower next time. So, have a nice evening. Talk to you all later. Bye-bye.